Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kenneth Tong. It's my pleasure to standing here, share with you my experience in writing this proposal. Actually, I joined MU this January, less than a year. Okay, I was very lucky that my proposal been awarded the grant so I can start my research in Hong Kong. And this is my first UGC grant, obviously. Okay. I think, thank you. Linda has set a very high bar, so I try to do my best. Hopefully, make it useful to you all. Okay. If you look into the application form, there's a few items you need to fill in. So that's why I cut them out and try to share with you what I have written in my proposal. Hopefully, this information may be applicable to your field. Of course, I know this is for engineering, for S&T. So I guess some of the essential elements will be useful for other categories as well. Okay. Here, I highlight the budget. This is something actually, Linda had mentioned a bit, but because of time, I may skip a bit. Okay. So you have CV, title, abstract, and so then that's how I think of this. When you put in your CV, of course, what you want to show is that you are the right one to do this research. You will bring impact to our society. So that means when you write your CV, you need to carefully select. Of course, I think a lot of you may have a very long CV, 10 pages, but not all information. Of course, I think RGC have limited us to have 2 pages only. Of course, that means you need to condense. You need to find the best elements of your CV to fit, and you want the reviewer to know. Okay? So, of course, to show you as the expert in the area, you need to put in your publications. But as I say, also, don't overdo it. Because, I have this very highly excited paper, but it may not be relevant too much to your research, the proposal you've written. So that means you may want to think carefully, okay? And second one, you will need to think a title of your project. And this, I find, the most difficult part of it. And I did it the last. I did it last, and I asked my ChatGPT friend to help me. Because they have a lot of good ideas, then you articulate, you iterate, go for a few iterations until the one you found is good. So how do I choose the one, or how can I modify the one? Is that from the title, the reviewer or the people read your proposal will have a rough idea what this proposal is about. Okay, so that means you need to get a very white spot to balance the technical part of it and the non-technical part of it. Because we do a lot of research and then we use our language to write a very long, very technical title, but people may need to spend some time to understand it. So that may have some impact, not the positive side, to your proposal. So that's why when I say that, okay, the technical part of it is multi-activation, responsive, position, agile, radiation architect. If I ask some of you, you may know what you're talking about. Okay? But that's the technical part of it. If you are antenna people just like myself, you may know what I'm talking about. But in addition to this, I would say it's for fading, free, and interference 6G. So then you have to say, interference. We know interference, we know fading, and 6G, of course. I assume that you know after 5G we have 6G. So that will give you the kind of a non-technical part of the title. So that means, so you have both parts. You need to strike the balance. Okay. Sometimes when I was in UK, people like to use acronym, but good and bad. You need to choose because choosing a right, correct, and very easy to remember acronym is even more difficult. Okay, that is the skill, the challenge. Okay, I need to, okay, then we go on to the abstract of the research, and particularly the proposal say, the form say that this is for non-specialists. So that means when everyone read your proposal, they should understand what you're doing. Okay, what's the impact? What good your proposal will bring to the society? So that's what the underlying part here. I just want to say, if I want to say in my term, I say, okay, have a terabyte BPS in very busy multi-user environment. If I say this again, people will scratching their head. What are you talking about? Okay. Then in my way, my language for some normal language, we'll say, okay, I will allow the user to download an entire 8K movie in seconds, rather than minutes. Then people know, oh yeah, yes, I can watch my YouTube, my TikTok quickly, okay, with a lot of people together, even in this hall, okay, not like seeing the spinning all the time. So that's my research will bring to the society, okay, and of course we have a lot of Gen Z people now. They like to play games. Another example I give them that you don't need to wait, because if you talk to just like I said, my case, I talk to my son. If your router at home is not the best one, not the multi-$1,000 one, you have a delay of a millisecond, you've been killed. When you come back, you're killed. Okay? So then you'll feel, the audience will feel, wow, this is really close. This is really next to me. Okay? I can feel the sometimes pain, sometimes the leisure. So that's what they make it so crucial to our society. And then I would finally say, okay, my research will pave a path for a world where every device, from your car, fridge, or your smartphone, get effortlessly connected to the internet. So then people can easily understand, oh yeah, you are antenna guy. You are a guy to connect people. That's what I do. Okay? And that's the part for abstract. And then next part will be the objective. Now, I think a lot of people will know, actually very simple. A few W, you need to fit answer. Okay? What are the problems? Just like Linda mentioned, what are the problems? Okay, what's the existing solution? Here I'll say, okay, we use 5G. 5G is not that good because they use MIMO, multi-input, multi-bimodal system, because they're very iterative or calculation intensive. So that means it's not scalable. My case is I can make it scalable, okay, using my antenna. That's what I say. And then here what I do use it, because I have experience doing this concept through antenna system. That antenna system can enable us, rather than just follow on the MIMO system. Then it will give you a better solution. And then you translate into significant capacity and reliability gains. That's what my research will bring, and people don't need to read a lot of equations, then I easily understand what I'm saying. Okay? Impact. I think, of course, whenever we say we will have the economical impact or the social impact, I also want to emphasize that you have knowledge impact and the people impact. You also need to include it. How many researchers you will train, not only how much money you can gain. Okay, the people. Okay, how as a common people, what we will gain from your research. Okay, that's also important. And to Hong Kong, to our country, there's also something you want to mention. Okay, now this is the most critical part, the project statement, the technical part of it. Okay, I will not show you any equation. Don't worry about that. Okay, so again, just as I say, you want to give the problem, the detail of the problem, what's the existing problem. Okay, what's your existing solution? Why they're not good enough? Okay, so actually something similar to what Linda mentioned before. Okay, what's your solution? Why your solution is better? How do you do it? Okay, that's the way structurally you present it. When you say how to realize it, of course you need to mention what's the methodology. Do you have some preliminary result to show the potential? Okay, or just imagination. Your reviewer will give you comment. This guy just imaginary. Okay, so I have some result to support my argument. That's very important. Research plan. Here I highlight this. Don't be too ambitious. Okay, because you may only have 2 years or 3 years, and at maximum 1.2 million Hong Kong dollar. So be realistic, okay? You need to, based on what you have, to present what you need to provide, okay? But of course, this is my 2 cents, okay? If you think you can do it, please, okay? And you may want to present your Gantt chart to show the timeline, whether it is achievable. And in the work package, in your Gantt chart, you have the work package. You may want to make sure that these work packages are interconnected. They're not individual, okay? Because sometimes people, oh, you have the Kawhi do this part, but they're not related. No impact. Okay, you want to show some figure, this is what a figure I say. This is what I mean. A figure can mean more than 1,000 words, okay? How this one single figure can tell people how what your research can solve. And what the challenges, if it's too easy, why I want to give you the funding. It's challenging. And your vision, at the end, short-term, long-term, or extra long-term, what will it be? So you want to have some picture, use AI, they can generate some fancy picture to show your idea in a blink. Of course, use it cautiously. Okay, that's very important. I told you myself. Okay, reference, last part, okay, your relevant publication, showing your pioneer, your leader in the role. And more importantly, you want to also include big people, famous people in your area. They are doing similar things. Showing that you're not alone. This guy is not just creating their own thing, because this is a big area. A lot of famous people are doing this area job. Then they will be supporting your argument as well. Thank you very much.